Studio on this tiny little Greek island. Oh dear, I'm standing up today and don't have you all in perspective. Need to stand back a little bit. So hopefully you can hear me. Move the microphone a little bit. Get myself back. Okay. I've been doing things, cleaning up, getting things ready. Be working on this painting today. Will be a live session tonight at 6 o'clock my time. I'll be going live to paint this next area. I did a little bit of the painting yesterday, just me, myself, and I with some music, and I did record it, so I will be making a time lapse of that video. And I will also I'll walk through what I'm doing and upload it into the members area so you guys can watch what I'm doing there. So let's just get a better view here. So that's what's going on. I'm really, really, really happy with what's going on in this painting here. Ooh, it's just lovely. It's so much fun. I love this series. I love it. I love it. I love it because it's the island, and I love this tiny little Greek island. But you know what? It's also everyday things that you don't really pay much attention to and you don't really notice. It's like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of rocks over there. It's kind of cool. That looks nice, right? But when you come in and focus on painting that, everyday kind of average scene, then the brilliance of it explodes, at least to me, right? It's when you take notice of the everyday things that you see every single day and you walk by them, and there's just so many of them that you really don't pay very much attention anymore. And I think that's also one of the beauties of being an artist, of tapping into your creative channel. When you do that, the world opens up. The everyday, mundane, boring world opens up to you. And it is quite an incredible process and beautiful to witness, being the fly on the wall, watching yourself. How are you reacting to this, that, or the other thing? It is such an incredible process when you can do that. And no, not everybody is going to be in that space, right? But some of us are. And usually people like us can be criticized easily because we're kind of out there, or we're not very steady and focused and day by day by day by day, like all those good people out there, quote unquote, right? And if you're like me, you have been criticized for that for most of your lives, right? That you're just not quite there yet, and you just have to do this a little bit more, and you have to do that, and you need to be this, that, or the other thing, rather than being you, being who you are in this moment, in this time frame. And come on. Me personally, I will never be that very steady person, one foot in front of the other, moving carefully and steadily and focused throughout their lives. It's not going to be me, okay? I am the cloud. That's how I see myself. I'm a cloud. I'm always moving. I'm always traveling. I'm covering, or traveling across areas that a lot of people don't notice because it's not important to your daily life. And is it important to me? Like a little tree sprouting up in a forest with a bunch of other gazillion trees, I may pass over it and look at it as a cloud, metaphorically speaking, right? I may look at it, but is it really important to our physical lives here? Maybe not. No. Maybe just the act of noticing it in that moment and then going on and noticing something else in the next moment. Maybe that's important. Really kind of hard to say. If we look at it on the chakra areas, right, I consider that up in this sixth chakra area where we are bringing in the creativity, opening up to it, getting an idea, a little tree growing in a vast forest, right? Let's say that, and you notice it, and all these sparks are happening up here, right? All these different ideas. Oh, that tree, look at it. Look at the shape. Look at the colors. Look at the angle this way. Look at it from that side. How many different ways can I paint this little beautiful tree, for example? Where can I move the tree from this vast cluttered forest and move it into a field maybe that I'm working on in a painting, like maybe these goats here, maybe I add the tree there. Maybe I do all these things, right? That's the creative area. That is the realm of inspiration, of fantasy, of visualization, call it what you want, of intuition. And when you're hooked up with that, you are like that cloud that's passing across this very solid earth. And you get to see things and experience things in ways that the people on the ground who spend most of their lives on the ground do not experience. Not that they cannot experience it. Of course, people that are very grounded on the earth, like my partner, that's who he is. He is a grounded human being. Now I'm floating up there, coming down in my studio, swirling in, swirling out, creating my paintings, going back up here for a new inspiration, limiting that creativity, bringing it down so that I can sit and paint the painting with real paint and brushes and this and that and the other thing to put the painting out into the world. That's who I am. So, I've been thinking about the cloud thing. I've been thinking about all of this. I think I mentioned this dance scene that I watched on Instagram by Wang and Ramirez, and I keep thinking about it because that's me. Again, that's who I am. That's how I am, coming up and coming down, twirling free like the cloud. If you really look at a cloud as it's passing by and see how much movement is happening continually in that cloud, that's basically how we are. Whether we're aware of it or not, even the real grounded people are always in a flux of change. The change usually are the thoughts coming in and out in their mind, or the things that we're seeing in the moment. There's change everywhere. We just don't notice it. It's not important to who we are. So people like my partner who are, very grounded people, my husband, but he's my partner. He's just the anchor, right? He's meticulous, very masculine framework. That's where he's coming from. Of step one, step through two to get to step three, and he gets to step three, finishes what he's doing, then goes on to the next goal, right? And I'm the cloud floating all around. in that feminine energy. That's basically who I am. So it's really, really beautiful to come and connect with the entire spectrum of being the cloud and limiting it down, working it through, lighting the fire, working with the waters of creativity and manifesting that creation into this world, into my tiny little studio in a physical form that I can latch onto and grab with my fingertips, that anybody else can grab with their fingertips, right? It becomes a tangible creation. And yeah, so those are my thoughts today. Kind of introspective, a bit contemplative, a bit, did I say introspective? I guess that would be the word that I'll stand with. So I've got these paintings that I'm working on. I've got this one here, which I'll be doing the live stream today at 6 o'clock, working on it live. So if you want to join, that would be great. I'm really liking what's happening in this one as well. So after this painting, I will be going out and finding, I have another set of rocks in my mind. And I will be going there to do a little plein air thing and working with that and starting number 3 of this series, which I don't have a name for yet, but that will be the next in line. And literally anywhere you go is a moment of these beautiful structures, these gorgeous compositions, the luxuriousness of the possibilities of your creation. And if we all came to these same spots and painted, they would all be different. Isn't that just the most amazing thing, that we can look at the same thing and all paint it differently? It'll all be different. Even if we put things in the same place and just kind of paint them basically the same way, they will be different, because your energy, where you are, who you are in this world, will come out onto the canvas. If you're a cloud, that's kind of how your canvas will show up. If you're a bull on the ground, that's kind of how your creation will turn out, the energy behind it. It just depends. So that's the beauty of art, is that we get to be and we get to embrace who we are fully and allow that to come through onto our canvases. Yeah, okay, you guys, so I'm a bit out there, up there in the sky, hanging out with the clouds these days, or at least today, and, just accepting that and allowing that and loving it. I love that, and I love that I can reach up there and hang out up there and then come down and be on the ground creating my paintings and working through life, coming up and down, just like that beautiful dance that I saw, Au revoir. Sorry, again, butchered the French, but just an incredible piece, that dance for me. So I'm not really saying anything anymore, so I am going to get off and start preparing for this. I have a YouTube video that I'm promised you about notans, and I'm going to be working on that today as well. I was wanting to upload it on the weekend, but I got the other one uploaded dealing with getting rid of a painted surface so that you're able to reuse it. So I've got the Notan thing, I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure out the best way to come at it to give you guys, oh my goodness, the cicadas are really loud, to give you guys the best example of how to do the Notan. And I don't know, I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. And I'm partially thinking of putting together maybe like a webinar on it where we can all do it. You know, maybe take 3 days and go through the Notan and see what happens with that. So I don't know, working on that idea, but for the time being, I will put out another video on the Notan. And I am actually deciding if I will do like a 6 o'clock thing on Thursday to do Notans and just have like live examples. We'll do it live. Or if I'll turn it into a YouTube video. Not quite sure. You know, the decision will be made when I make the decision. Okay, so with that, you guys, be inspired, be creative, be you. Have a beautiful day in your tiny studio, wherever that might be, and just enjoy your day today. Have a beautiful day, everyone.